Hello everyone, this is your boy Lawrence Chan, physician assistant and medical student at University of Cape Coast Medical School. You're welcome to Delta Podcast, Delta Mindset Podcast. It's a pleasure to have you on this platform. I hope you had a wonderful time last week. Okay, so today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic that we say that teachers adulthood. Very interesting. Teachers adulthood. We are pleading with our parents, our grandparents, and all the elderly people to teach us adulthood. So many times we've heard the saying that adulthood is a scam, and then when you sit down very well, you ask yourself, is it really a scam, or is it just that we did not get the right knowledge, the right mindset before we got into adulthood? And so today we want to look at their parents teaching us adulthood. Of course, as kids, as children, our parents played major role in setting the foundations of our lives. They taught us how to brush our teeth, how to bath, how to go to school. Some were so good that they even taught us how to learn by themselves, how to analyze, how to do basic analysis, basic calculations, how to cook, how to dress, a lot of things we were taught as kids by our parents, and that was wonderful. However, some of us, I mean the youth, feels like we were not actually ushered into adulthood, and these realizations start for most of us when we entered tertiary universities, and for some of us too when we actually graduated from the tertiary universities. And I think for others, when we got married, then we actually started to appreciate life from a different perspective, and we start asking questions that, wow, if this is how things happened, why was I not told? Like me, for me personally, I think my point of view, something I wished I would have been well told or informed or educated on was marriage. When I was about getting married, marriage is a good thing, and it's, whoever finds a wife, finds a good thing, obtains favor from God. It's sweet. But to the hindsight of it, little did I know that it was a lot of responsibilities. It was a lot of work to do when we got married. It was tough, and it has been tough because it's like my wife and I, we are still trying to, maneuver our way through, try and find our own feet. And unfortunately, for about 5 years that we've been married, you have no single parent who comes to see you and say, okay, guys, you've been married for 2 years. For a period now, how is life going? Okay, how are you guys coping? Are there challenges? How can we fix it? How can we do this? How can we do that? Nobody. So unless you, the couple, want to, get, a counselor, and then kind of go to the counselor mostly to kind of, get some of this information, or you read and then you explore by yourself. But I feel like no, it would be more nice if my dad could sit me down, man to man, and say, Charlie, now you're a man, you're married. Let's talk about marriage life. What's happening? Okay, what are the little things that your wife does and you get angry and you want to throw everything out of the house? And I can voice out and say like, hey, calm down. It was same here, it was same there. When I also got married, this is how I managed it. This is how your uncle even did his. This is how, and then you get some knowledge. You realize that no, your wife is not kind of like let's say she's also just like the other ladies, and these are things to expect. But without this coaching and guidance, is extremely difficult. So that's my point. I was talking to a few young men who feel like if they were actually sat down by their parents and told, had a very frank discussion about, after school, after the university, how life would be, how sometimes you can start very well as a young person and lose everything on the way. And then it's not because you are stupid, it's not because you are greedy, it's life, it happens. And when some of these things happen, this is how you pick yourself up. Okay, this is how you can, pick yourself and dust yourself off and then start life again. If you happen to lose everything and have to start from scratch, these are the people you can come back to me. You can come to this, because sometimes I've spoken to a lot of young men who have one way or the other started life beautifully, lost almost everything along the way, and then some got into depression, and it just took the grace of God through the usual way of maneuvering your way to find solutions, because you could not discuss some of these things with your parents. Some will not even understand because they feel like excuse me, you've been stupid to have lost everything, and that for them is extremely difficult, because for them throughout their basic life they've always won or be successful. From primary, they were topping their classes, GHS topping, university best, completed, got the biggest job, and then because nobody actually sat them down to tell you that, see, life happens, you get a big job, and then when you have a big job, you can start off well, and there are times that you may lose everything. There are times that you can even go into a relationship, and that relationship can cost you a lot, and it is life. You need to just move on. There are times that you can marry, and that marriage can just cost you so much that if you don't take care, you will not find your feet. And during that instances, these are things you need to do. And these young people feel like if they were actually, informed very well, probably they will still make the mistakes, but they would have bounced back earlier, rather than the time duration that they wasted in trying to figure their way out and up. So this is something that some young men also face. Others also feel like for them, adulthood to them is when they went to the university and then they have to find their feet in the university, try and learn, make friends, do everything for themselves, because now they are moving from the control of their parents to a more free, area where they were at liberty to do a lot of things. And then that mindset of now I'm free actually affected them, because they made certain wrong decisions. Some, a young guy spoke to me and said he had thought that life was fun because he now had the freedom to do anything he wants. Unfortunately, he got one of his mates pregnant, and then that was when he came to the realization that and when the lady got pregnant, he decided that I was keeping this child for religious reasons. I don't want to commit any sin. And then when they kept this child, the lady delivered, the child was given to the mom, and now he has to take responsibility, the psychological responsibility of being a student, being a father, and then taking care of another lady. When anytime the lady has any problem, she just pick the phone, hey, how you doing? I feel like this. This the psychological trauma of it. It was not easy for him. Okay, it was like, wow, could somebody not have told me this, before I started? But the other aspect of we expecting our parents to teach us adulthood is that, can adulthood be taught actually? Isn't it for us to exploit? That's that aspect of the conversation. Some people also feel like, no, nobody can teach you adulthood, because our paths are so different. We will share our experiences with you, but we cannot tell you that make A, B, C, D, because the circumstances that you may face in your life will be entirely different from what I might have faced. And so we really can't teach you adulthood. We can't, share our experiences concerning adulthood with you. And probably some parents did that, of course, but others they didn't. Others presented themselves as saints, so they could not even share their mistakes that they've done, with their children to learn from. So they couldn't tell them, they couldn't share their abortion cases, they couldn't share the times that they were struggling, they couldn't share the times that they also lost everything because they make certain wrong decisions, because they feel so shy. They don't want to look, weak in the sight of their children, for their children to think that, wow, my daddy actually made such a silly mistake, and now. So for some of these reasons, parents also decides not to, really go into some of those depths and focus on paying your fees, giving you food and all those stuff. But can adulthood actually be taught? Okay, that's what I will expect your answer in the comment section. I really want to know, do you think our parents can actually teach us adulthood? And will it have an impact on our lives if they teach us adulthood? Because some of the friends I spoke to, asking their opinion, they believe that even if we are taught, and for some people were taught, some people had the opportunity to have a fruitful discussion with their parents, they still did not go by those knowledge that they had, because youthful exuberance brings about curiosity, and then in as much as we are curious, it means we want to explore life, and whilst we explore life, we make mistakes and we correct them. Sometimes we make certain mistakes and we're able to do much about it, and that in fact gives us our lives a big blow, and most of us are unable to rebound back from that big blow. But in my opinion, I think that whatever being the case, I think our parents owe us that commitment to share the experiences of adulthood with us. Okay, I think it helps. Our circumstances may not be the same, but I think it will serve as a guide, as a coach. So if you're a parent and you're listening to me, please, if your ward is going to secondary school, please sit this child down. If you have ever been to secondary school, discuss secondary school life with this child. Let this child understand what goes on over there, what she is likely to be tempted to do, what she is likely to involve himself and herself. What are the implications? If your child is going to the tertiary or the technical universities, and you've had the opportunity to be at the tertiary university, please share those experiences with them. If it sometimes may not be your own experience, it could be the experience of a friend that you had. Share it with them. It prepares this. Share it with them. It prepares these kids for the future, for the adult life that they are about to take. Those of us who are getting married, we are begging our parents, please share your marital issues with us. The good ones that you had, the ones that you didn't get, even while your marriage broke, share it with us, please. We don't want to make the same mistakes that probably you might have committed, or our dad might have committed, that led to the breakup. We want to sustain our marriage. Share those experiences with us. They are valuable to us, please. Whilst you do all these things, I believe that you might be preparing us for our future. You might be teaching us adulthood. So we bring this episode to an end. I will be expecting your comments. I'll be expecting your suggestions at the comment section, and then we will meet again with a very interesting topic. Have a blessed day.